howdy everyone. Hope everyone's having a great day today so far. I'm not on my bike. I'm on my brother's bike because I'm borrowing it for a week. I'm going to the gas station in town to see if they have an Apple cable, or the cable used for like the older iPods and stuff, like the smaller flat one. Because my friend gave me a whole bunch of music and I want to put it on my iPod, but I can't find a cable for it. Since I'm on the dual sport, I was going to take maybe a slightly different route than I would normally take heading into town. The way my brother has this bike set up is it's primarily set up for pavement or highway use. The back tire on it really isn't, you know, super knobby or super aggressive for off-roading. It's more of a highway tire. But I'm gonna try going down this gravel road that I think kind of leads to this little smaller back road here that I think kind of leads to a little grassy trail, almost. Like, I don't think it should be muddy, but yeah, as you can see right now, this isn't too bad. This is just a little gravel road. It's not really a super maintained gravel road. Like, I'd say the only people that really use this road are the farmers that have fields down here, or just kind of the local traffic. But it's kind of a nice road to go down. Like, back when I was in high school, quite often after school I'd come down this road on my quad and rip around here and go down some of these little trails. Like, they're not super crazy trails, they're just basically little roads that run in between the main roads, and people have ended up driving down these roads when it was wet and rutted all up. And you know, after it rains, it can be pretty muddy down some of these roads. The back brake on this bike, ooh, locked up the back tire a little bit there. Because yeah, like, this is kind of the intersection up here, and if you go up that way, so if you go up that way, up that little hill, that makes a little bit meaner of a trail. And if you go straight, it's basically the same road as this, but I'm going to go up that way. It's going to be gravel for a little bit, and then if I remember correctly, it kind of turns into, like I said, a little grassy kind of pathway going out to the main highway. Why take the big highways when you can try something new? I can honestly say I've done absolutely zero off-road motorbiking. As you can see up here, this gravel kind of ends, and then you end up going to this little grassy trail for a little bit, and then this grassy trail, but this grassy trail goes on for a little bit. Oh, there's a bone and skeletons and shit there. But yeah, like I said, this little grassy trail goes on for a little bit up to another little gravel section. So we're just gonna see how this thing handles grass to start off with. Grass and less smooth terrain, because like, this isn't a super all-terrain road. Like, it's not super off-road. Like, I'm not on a road, but it's definitely not full-out trail riding. But so far, this little stretch isn't bad at all. Like, I'm going 35-40 kilometers an hour down this right now with no problem. But yeah, as you can see now, it's not much of an off-road trail, but it's a start. Kind of get the feel of what this bike feels like on rougher terrain and how it kind of handles some of this stuff. See, now we're pretty much back to gravel already. It was just one little gravelly section, so it was a first try at the whole off-roading thing. I'm hoping once I get the chain lube, I can try something a little bit more braver, because that felt really good. Like, there was no issues with that. It wasn't really challenging, but it felt good. Like, I didn't feel sketched out or anything doing it. The gravel feels less stable than that grass did back there, just because this tire doesn't... Like, it felt really solid on the grass compared to what it feels on this loose, chippy gravel. Like, she's already trying to slide out all under me on this stuff. Yeah, I can feel the back wheel kicking out all the time on this thing. Going on this really loose gravel. Cool. Locked up the back tire, kicked out again. You guys have to be really careful on his downshifts on this loose gravel versus pavement, because like I just started riding bikes and I've only done highway riding, and riding this bike the same way on the highway as I do on the gravel can lead to some issues apparently. And that right there is one of the perks of a dual sport, is you can rip down the gravel and not feel too worried about breaking or hurting anything, and they can pull it onto the pavement and get up to highway speed and actually get somewhere with it if you need to. I'm kind of curious what this corner is like. I've gone around this corner a few times on my bike, but never on this one. I'll play it a little bit safe for the first time I go around this. Yeah, that wasn't bad. I could take that a little bit faster for sure. Or this video will go live Friday, and then after that I'm probably going to be switching to one video a week. After that, going for the one video. So I got some footage from the ride to Reynolds I'll be editing and putting up. Well guys, I am on my way back after quickly running into town, and I figured I'd go back the same way I came. Or you have to be really careful, like if you give it too much throttle or you downshift too soon, the back end will lock up if you downshift too soon. I found that out because I've already done that a couple times. You don't want to hit the front brake or else your front tire will skid out, and the back brake on this bike is really kind of iffy. Well, it's not iffy, it works, but it's got like 3 inches of travel on the pedal before it actually starts engaging the brake. I feel way more confident going faster down this than I do down that really loose gravel. But I really like how this thing handles the bumps. Like this thing has no problems riding over these bumps at this speed. Like you're not breaking your back. The only thing I'm worried about is if we get into these ruts, the bike's gonna want to slide all over the place. So like I'm gonna go down this rut. I'm gonna try to ride right in the middle of this rut. And it'll kind of, like right now, the bike's almost riding itself. Like I'd have to fight to get out of this little rut I'm in. Like I'm going way faster on this than I would be on that gravel. There's that bone again. Another tree branch, little dip in a hollow, and now we're back to gravel. I'm gonna try out this second camera. I've been trying to figure out a mount for this second camera, try to get the second camera figured out for a long time. Just trying to figure out something that'll work, and I got it set up on my other bike just in time to switch bikes with my brother. So I pulled my setup off of it and I just put it on this bike. I've kind of roughly aimed it. So I'm hoping this video will be the first video that goes up where I'm using the second camera. I can't tell if that's a car. That is a car coming down the road. I get to meet someone. Huh, that's the only time I've ever seen someone down this road. Like, I've never ever met or seen someone else go down this road. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video of me trying some little off-roading and dual sporting it up. If you guys liked it, feel free to leave a like or a comment, and if you want to see more content like this coming from me, feel free to subscribe, because I'm going to try to keep making videos. So until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.